appreciate how much time and attention I spend on my hair to film. Hello everybody! Today I'm really excited to be bringing you a Shop Miss A haul. I placed an order. I've never ordered anything from Shop Miss A before, but I've seen multiple people mention them on favorites videos when they're talking particularly about their sponges. So I picked up some of those, and because everything on Shop Miss A is basically $1 or a few dollars, I could not restrict myself from buying several other things. So I thought I would show you guys what I bought and try some of it out on my face so we can see how it performs. I can give you my kind of first impression reviews, and I hope that you guys enjoy this. If you're not familiar with Miss A, Shop Miss A, again, it's a website, I'll link it down below, where you can buy really affordable makeup and beauty items. Like I said, pretty much everything is $1. Some of the items I bought were $1.55, but yeah, everything is super affordable. So I spent like $35 and got an entire bag full of stuff. So let's go ahead and try some of it out. The first thing I bought was 100% an impulse purchase. I bought slippers because there's a kitty on them and they were $1. They're not particularly, you know, durable, exceptional quality, but they're really cute. They're soft. They were $1. I'm gonna put my slippers on. So to start out, I bought this blending sponge, and I've already dampened this, so it's pretty soft. It's a good size. It definitely plumps up once you get it wet, but this is kind of what made me check out the Shop Miss A website. I've seen so many people talking about this, particularly Taylor Wynn. I'll link her channel below, but this has shown up in multiple favorites videos of hers. She says it's the best sponge. I think I've also heard Jessica Braun talk about this as well, so I'm going to be using this today. Next thing I bought that I'm going to try out next is their AOA Studio Natural Finish Concealer, liquid concealer. It says it's medium to full coverage. I got the shade Fair Ivory. It says it's non-drying, creamy, and long-wearing. And one of the cool things about several of their products, these included, along with my slippers and many other things I bought, is they're part of this program or line that they have called Paw, and so part of the proceeds from this go to support animals in need, which is super cool. Yeah, let's just try this out. I have really dark circles, as you can tell. I also have some hyperpigmentation. I have some blemishes happening right now. I also have some dry skin. I'm starting my retinol journey, so I have lots of things to test this out on. I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. And, you know, we'll see what we get here. Okay, it's definitely creamy. You have to be careful where you're applying it because touching it, you can kind of disrupt it a little bit, but I feel like it gave pretty good coverage. I think this color is a decent match for me. It's so creamy, I'm not sure how it will do covering blemishes, but I'm going to use, you know, a setting powder, so we'll see. Like I said, I've got a few blemishes, some sunspots, etc. So what I did, sometimes I like to do this when my concealer is really creamy. I'll go ahead and put a few dots of concealer on the areas I'm trying to cover and let it sit for a moment to let it start to dry out just a little bit. And then I'll go in and blend it out, and I just find it gives slightly more intense coverage, slightly more full coverage. Concealer is on. I would say this is definitely going to be best for under eyes because it is so creamy. I mean, it covered some of the, you know, redness and pigmentation on the spots on my face, but it was just a little too creamy and slippy, so I think going with a bit more of a mattifying concealer on your face is going to be best. The next thing I got is some foundation. I got the AOA Studio Pro Wear Foundation. It says it's full coverage, and I got the shade Fair Ivory. It's always hard to choose foundation online. Okay. Some of the print on the bottle came off on the packaging. Anyway, it's always hard to choose foundation online. So I don't know if this is gonna match. I don't know if it's gonna be too light, but we're gonna see. So the packaging of this reminds me a little bit of, what is it, the MAC Face and Body. I was always skeptical about these because I feel like, for one reason or another, like this is gonna be a thinner consistency for whatever reason. But as I'm dispensing this on my hand, it's not. It's, you know, kind of the thicker consistency that I'm used to out of a foundation. It says shake well, so shake it well. I'm just gonna put the round end in and then kind of put a few dots on the face and give it a go. I'm really impressed with this. I am not somebody who likes foundation. I will very rarely wear a tinted moisturizer. I've been trying to test out more foundations and things for the YouTube, but I just prefer the way my natural skin looks. I feel like every foundation I try just looks cakey, and I don't know, not a fan. But this one's really nice. I will say, so I've got like intense dryness here from the retinol, like my skin is literally flaking off, and it does kind of cling to that a little bit, but I mean, everything's gonna cling to that if you have skin flaking off of your face. But other than that, you know, it feels like the tiniest bit tacky, but really it's drying down pretty quickly. I feel like that's a decent shade match for me. I like that. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, guys. Definitely, if you're gonna place a Shop Miss A order, give this a try. It's so affordable. I feel like you could use less of this or more of it and build it up, or, you know, shear it out for a more natural look. I'm impressed. So to set my face, I did not order, I don't think, a setting powder. I'm just gonna use my number 7 powder in the shade Light, and I did get from them, I really love my Real Techniques powder sponge that's, you know, fuzzy feeling, and they had one, so I decided to pick this up and give it a try. It's slightly smaller than the Real Techniques one, but it's fine. And I use this powder just to set under my eyes. I don't like to powder my whole face, particularly since typically go in, you know, with powder blush and bronzer and all of that. But this powder is really nice. As you can see, it gives good coverage. It kind of mattifies a little bit, which for me, when my under eye is really dewy, it really kind of brings out that bluish tint. So having it slightly mattified helps camouflage that a little bit. For eyes, I bought a 6-color eyeshadow palette from Amuse Cosmetics, and these don't have shades, they just are numbered. This is the, doesn't say, but I'll put the number on the screen. So this one has kind of rosy tones. It has 3 matte shades, 3 shimmery shades, and yeah, just thought it was nice. So I also bought this really cute brush set. This is another one from AOA Studio. The sides snap off, so you could travel with this, but then, you know, cute little cup. So this one has 10 eye brushes in it. So I'm gonna use those today. So the one thing I will say for this palette is I typically like to start with an eyeshadow that matches your skin tone, to just apply all over to kind of give a good base for the rest of the shadows. I find that it helps blend a little bit better. But this palette does not have that, so I'm actually just going to, I'm gonna take this one. This is the E129. It's more of a flat brush, but still a little bit fluffy. And I'm just gonna take my setting powder that I used and apply that all over the lid. Then I'm going to take this one. This is the E130, like a fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to start out with this rosy toned matte shade. And I'm going to blend that into my crease. Decent pigmentation here. You know, you can see. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. A little bit. Sorry this lighting is so intense, by the way. If you can see, it's like an incredibly gloomy day here. We've had 3 days of amazing, beautiful weather in the 60s, sunshine, and then today we woke up and it's rainy and cloudy. So I tried putting on like a brighter shirt, but I had to turn the lights way up. Okay, then I'm going to take the E128. It's almost like the shape of a fluffy pencil brush. And I'm going to take the matte brown color and start applying that on the outer part of my lid. Right, then I think I'm going to do this shimmery rosy tone. I'm just going to do a simple eye look today. Nothing crazy. So the one thing I will say about these shimmery shades is that they definitely have glitter in them. So heads up on that, or at least this one does. Brush away some of that extra glitter. It's not, you know, it looks pretty, but just a heads up. Let me swatch the other two and see if they are. Okay, so that's what the shimmery tones look like. Honestly, this one looks, and maybe this one look a bit more glittery. This one does not look glittery, so public service announcement. All right, then I am going to take that fluffy pencil brush again with some of that matte brown color and take that on my lower lash line, just a little. And then I think this might be a mistake. This might be something I regret, but there's this black shade in here, and it's not the blackest that I've ever seen, and it also looks like it has the tiniest bit of shimmer in it, but I can't tell if that's just shimmer from like some of the other shades that have gotten over into it. It does not look intense. So I'm gonna get a fluffy angled brush. This is the E125, and kind of on the most pointed tip of that, I'm gonna get some of the black and try applying this to the outer portion of my eyelid just to deepen it up a little bit. I feel like that brown almost got lost, and I really wanted there to be a contrast here. Bringing it up into the outer portion of my crease as well. Then just gonna take a big fluffy brush, the E126. I think I have that how I want it. I think it'll come together more once I get brows and mascara and all of that business. So I'm gonna do my other eye and BRB. I have my eyes done. So next I think I'm gonna do brows. Okay, for brows, I got something I've actually never used before. I got some brow pomade. I got the AOA Studio Wonder Brow Tinted Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. And it's just this little bitty pot. Okay. Like I said, never used a brow pomade before, so we're gonna see how this goes. And they have the E133 brush that was perfect for this in the little brush set, spoolie on one end, brow brush on the other. So this is definitely a pretty stiff, waxy consistency, which might be normal, but again, never used it before. Don't know what to expect. Surprisingly easy to apply. I like that this color is nice and cool. I definitely do not like a warm toned brow product for my hair color. the spoolie through, kind of blend it in a little. All right, the brows are on. Again, that was surprisingly easy to work with. I think it is a decent shade match for what I prefer. Not mad at that. I'm realizing I did not purchase a mascara from them. I don't know why, but I'm gonna just use a little bit of my Lash Paradise. All right, so normally I would have curled my lashes, but I bought some false lashes. Now, I'm not somebody that wears false lashes, so you're gonna have to bear with me on this, but I bought two different kinds. I got the AOA Studio Premium Lashes in the style Terra. These are synthetic, they're cruelty-free. And then I also got the Cara Beauty number 110s, and these are made from 100% human hair. So, I don't know. And then I bought the AOA Studio Super Strong Brush On Lash Adhesive, waterproof, hypoallergenic, no irritation. It's clear. And then to be extra, and because everything was $1, I also got one of these, the Lash Applicator. So, I don't know. Don't know how this is gonna go, guys. I've only tried to apply false lashes one time. I used the, I think, Ardell Magnetic lashes. No, that did not go well. So I'm not gonna say that I am optimistic about this, but you know, doing it for research, and they were only $1, so to keep my expectations managed. First, I'm just gonna take one of each lash and kind of hold it up to my eye and see what it looks like, I guess. Oh gosh. I just want to see what they're gonna look like, but you know, it's not. Okay, that's what that's gonna look like. These are the Cara Beauty 110s. So the AOA Studio ones look like they're gonna be more intense. They don't look quite as long, but they definitely look fluffier, much fluffier. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna try these. We're gonna try these AOA Studio Terra lashes. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I might have mentioned that already. Okay, the lashes are on. I would not say they're on well, but I know I'm not mad for my first time applying this kind of lash. So the most difficult part for me, obviously I've not mastered using this yet, but the most difficult part for me, I started with this one. It was getting it really, really close to my natural lash line. It kept being too far up, and you can see I really had difficulty with the corner, getting it to curve down enough. Same thing with this side. It took me a lot less time to get it on my eye and get the rest of it situated, but this corner, it's like pulling that down just a little bit. I could take them off and redo it, but you know, I'm not gonna mess with all that. So, also it's weird to get used to like seeing this fan above your eyes. That's strange. That's very strange. But I don't hate the way they look. I could not stand the way the Ardell ones that I tried on looked. They were terrible, so these are definitely much better. I feel like they look more natural. I mean, they don't look natural, but they look more natural than I was expecting. The Lash Glue seemed fine. Again, I do not have any experience with Lash Glue, but you know, it dried pretty quickly. They're stuck onto my face. I had to remove this one to readjust it, and it came off without a whole lot of difficulty, so okay. No, I don't know how this is gonna go, but you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. I got the AOA Studio Wonder Liquid Liner in black, so I am going to use this. I don't use liquid eyeliner, everybody, so again, this is probably going to be a horror show, but I figured I would use it just to kind of try, particularly in here, to cover up the lash band a little bit. So this is a really fine brush tip applicator. I'm not excited about this, but here we go. Okay, not bad. It's very black. I think it's as easy to work with as I could expect for somebody who does not know how to use liquid liner at all. I have very hooded eyes, so I can't do a wing, so I can't speak to that. But for the purpose that I am using it for, that's fine. I think that eye looks better now than this one does. The lash band is more camouflaged. How do you get liner on this eye? Like, I'm nervous to use my left hand. Oh, Lord. All right, that's where we're gonna leave that. I honestly think this was fine. I really struggled to use liquid liner. So, but this seemed like a fairly forgiving formula. It's drying down, not completely matte. It's not shimmery or sparkly at all, but it definitely has a little bit of a shine to it, so just heads up on that. Okay. Whew, it's done. Okay. A few other things I got. Well, two things, I guess, that I'm not going to use today. One, I got this hyaluronic acid and Tamanu oil jelly sheet mask. It says it hydrates for 24 hours, clean formula, environmentally friendly sheet, has a pH of 5.5, and, you know, love me some hyaluronic acid. I think particularly with the retinol I'm using, I thought this could be good to save for a time when I'm really feeling that dryness. So looking forward to using this. It feels, I will say, like there's some jelly in this. This is thick. That's thick. Okay, and then I got these hair clips. These are supposed to be like no crease clips. There are 3 of them, and you know, just a little alligator clip. So I've seen a few people wearing these to hold their hair back. Of course, with my really you know, dramatic, beautiful hair today, I don't need these, but that's the other thing I bought. Okay, so 3 more products. I bought a face palette, and I also bought a cream blush. So the face palette is the brand Amuse Cosmetics, the same as the eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. So we have a bronzer, a highlight, and then 2 blush colors. And yeah, this doesn't have a name. This might have been another one that had a number assigned to it. If that's the case, I'll put that up there. But then I also bought this little cream blush from AOA Studio, and this one does not list the shade on it either. If I can find the shade, I'll put it up there. So the cream blush, that's the shade of that. It's pretty. And then we have kind of like a cinnamon colored blush and a hot pink. So that's what those 3 look like. I think I'm going to try out the cream blush today, and then I'm going to use the bronzer and the highlight from the face palette. Although that hot pink blush looks a little on the bright side for me. The cinnamon colored one looks pretty. A lot of the cinnamon colored blushes just end up looking like bronzer on me, so I like that this one had more of a red tone to it. For bronzer, I think I'm going to use this one. This is another, I bought a brush set that has 2 brushes in it. You can tell that one's kind of bent in the packaging. But so the bronzer brush I'm going to use is the high def brush. This is the F6. It's definitely powdery. There's definitely some kick up, but you know, getting decent pigmentation here. Back into my pale winter complexion. I feel like this is a good shade for me. I like the tone. It's applying well. It's not patchy or anything. It reminds me a little bit, in terms of the shade, of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. My forehead. The brush is applying it nicely. It feels nice and soft. The eye brushes are fine for their price. They were you know, it's a great assortment of brushes. Obviously, I have not washed them yet, so I don't know how they'll hold up in terms of shedding and things like that. They're nothing spectacular, but if you're not somebody who has many brushes, that is definitely something I would recommend for the price. Okay, I like the bronzer. That went on nicely. I like the color it gave. 2 thumbs up on that one. Okay, for the cream blush, I'm gonna try applying it. No, I'm gonna use this for the highlighter. What am I gonna put? I'm just gonna use my finger for the cream blush. That's what I'm gonna do. Does not apply well with the finger. I'm gonna go grab a stipple brush. All right, I got my tried and true Wet n Wild, needs to be cleaned, but Wet n Wild stipple brush. This one is just a little bit more dense. And I use this to apply the e.l.f. putty blushes and love it. So I know that it works well for this. This is definitely pigmented. I really like the e.l.f. ones because they are less pigmented. So particularly for someone like me who is not a professional, who is not particularly experienced with cream blushes, it's awesome. They're so buildable. They don't ever look cakey or whatever. They don't disrupt your foundation. They're great. Well, I like the color of this. Does not look like it's really disrupting the concealer, powder, or anything. Okay, I'll look forward to playing around with this more. So far, I think this is okay. I think you just have to kind of play around with different application methods to see what works for you. But like I said, I really like the color. It's definitely drying down, so it's not, you know, super, super tacky and damp, which I like. I like that it, I like when cream blushes dry down a bit, so they're not, you don't feel like they're sliding all over your face. So, yeah, that's all right. I don't hate that. Okay, for highlighter, I'm going to be using this one from this palette. I'm a little bit nervous. It looks a little glittery, Not too bad. Definitely you can see a little more on the glittery side, but for what it looked like in the pan, it's not as bad as I thought it might be. Go over it with my damp sponge just to kind of press that in. That does help when you press it in a bit with your sponge. It takes away a little bit of the texture that it seems to give. So excited to try the blushes in this. The highlighter is meh for me, but the bronzer I really liked. So yeah, look forward to trying the blushes. Okay, for lips, I didn't get anything terribly exciting, but this is something I think I saw maybe Manny MUA use in his haul. I wish I would have gotten like a lip liner or bullet lipstick or something like that, but I definitely wanted to try this out. And it's just a clear gloss, but it's the Squay Lips from AOA Studio. And so obviously it has squalene in it. You know, cruelty-free, recyclable packaging. It has an interesting scent. I can't quite place what it is. It's not, you know, super overpowering or anything. So this is nice. It's not too thick. It's not really sticky. All right, I think that's everything. So this is the finished look. Probably my least favorite thing that I got is going to be the eyeshadow palette. You know, this was okay, and the mattes were fine. I didn't have any issue with the mattes. The black was not particularly black, and then the shimmery shades were more on the glittery side, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Excuse me, I'm not the biggest fan of. So I don't know. I don't know that I'll really use this again. I have shades like this in other palettes that perform better, that I just like better. The lashes actually surprised me. Obviously, I didn't try the other pair that I got, but I don't want dramatic lashes at all, and I feel like these kind of gave me you know, gave me a look of more lashes. My natural lashes are non-existent, but this gave me a look of more lashes without looking crazy. They're not very dramatic, so yeah, don't hate those. The brushes were fine. Really liked the face palette. That bronzer was great. So some hits. I was very impressed with this. Still very impressed with this. I will say it's collecting, I don't know if you can see, but it's gathering a little bit around my nose, but that's nothing new. I probably, next time I apply this, will just go a little bit lighter on my nose or skip my nose, the sides of my nose altogether. The sponges were great. Really like those. I can see why these are so popular. The brow pomade, surprisingly good. I didn't get a brow gel, so I always use a brow gel, and I did not apply one today, but I think they look good. So that's it, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed coming on this journey of discovery with dollar makeup. I would strongly encourage you, if you're somebody who likes going to the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, finding some makeup, I would strongly encourage you to check out the Shop Miss A website. It gives you, in my experience, I'll link my Dollar Tree makeup haul and try on video up here, but overall, the quality of all of this was better than most of the products I discovered at the Dollar Tree. And this stuff gives, you know, they donate money to help save the animals. So I would definitely give this a try if I were you. Again, I'll link the Shop Miss A website below. But if you guys liked this, give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments down below. I definitely want to place another Shop Miss A order. So if there's anything you've tried that you swear by, leave it below. And let me know, and I'll give it a try. I hope you guys are having a fab day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.